Hi, my name's Johnny Crockett, and I want to talk to you today about the link between experimental archaeology and bushcraft. Now, experimental archaeology is all about doing experiments to create or to replicate or to recreate items that have been discovered by archaeologists. Bushcraft is the skills that are required to live comfortably, maybe not, but to live in the wilderness. So there are certain items that you may require when you are in the wilderness. So for example, if we were to have a look at this is a rabbit pelt. Now, we know that in times gone by, from the archaeological record, that people wore furs. Now, as far as bushcraft is concerned, this is the sort of thing that you need just to have a to make food, to make clothes, or to make a bag. So that's one link that we've got. Another link that we may have is if we want to make a particular meal. Well, we may need something like a whisk. It sounds a bit bizarre, but that's what I've got here, is just a simple whisk. And this is made from processing the top of a conifer. And so originally it was that way up, and these bits here, these tines, these would have been sticking out, and these would have been, well, this would have been the very top of a Christmas tree, bound together with one of its own roots. So an example of this you would find in the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology. It's not quite as elaborate as this, and some of these bits have been snapped, but it's still the same sort of thing. I've already mentioned that Ötzi had an axe. So this is our modern day axe. Now this is one that I made in Sweden about 5 or 6 years ago. Now this is a carpenter's axe, and this is incredibly sharp, much more robust than the bronze axe head that Ötzi had. But we're still looking at an old-fashioned axe as opposed to an ancient axe, but it's still the same bit of kit that we need. When you're hunting, now this has got nothing to do with Ötzi, but this is a metal pointed arrow, which is fletched at the other end. Now, ethnographically, people still use something similar to this in Africa. People still hunt with bows and arrows all over the world. It's something that we would use in wilderness skills. Obviously, it's something that we would be able to find, dig up as part of an archaeological process. Willow, the use of willow. So we've got here, this is a fish trap. Now, these fish traps have been used all over the world ethnographically. They've also been used in history. Different sizes, slightly different styles, but in a bushcraft context, we would also need to use something like this. Now, a lot of things that have been made in the past are no longer available to us because they've rotted away, they've decayed. Now, this sort of thing is this is an adze. The wood would have disappeared. Maybe the bone would still last. And so you have to look at the use-wear analysis on here to see exactly what it would have been used for. But the the cordage around here, that would also disintegrated probably. Now this is something that we could still use in bushcraft for hollowing out or for digging. But the link between the way that we used to live and the way that people choose to live these days, and they call it bushcraft or wilderness skills, are very, very closely linked. So if you want to understand good bushcraft, you have to understand archaeology. If you want to understand archaeology, it can help if you understand bushcraft too. So by combining the two, it gives you a nicely sort of rounded picture of experimental archaeology. I hope that goes some way to tying those two worlds together. Hope to see you again next year in person, hopefully. And in the meantime, keep well and keep safe. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.